After 2 years, it's finally upon us, guys. Was it worth being sidelined to HBO Max? My review of Salem's Lot's coming right at you, so stick around. Yeah. What's going on, fellow den dwellers? Welcome to my channel, a tiny little spot in the smallest corner of YouTube I like to call the Movie Den. I'm Scott, and today I'll be talking about the long-plagued, long-delayed, heavily edited new adaptation of Salem's Lot, based on the 1975 novel, two previous adaptations in the form of TV miniseries, and one sequel. The first screen adaptation took place in 1979 in the form of a TV miniseries directed by Tobe Hooper and starring David Soul. It originally aired as a two-part television event and was one of the scariest TV adaptations of its time. I know it freaked me out as a kid, and it was a long time before I saw it again, and I still like it to this day. There's a sequel in the 80s called Return to Salem's Lot, but I won't talk about that film because I haven't seen it yet, and really, I forgot about it until recently. In 2004, we got another TV miniseries, this time starring Rob Lowe. This one I missed when it first aired, and really, honestly, I'd forgotten all about it until just a few years ago when I had the first time to check it out when I was watching the original Salem's Lot. Honestly, I felt that it was really lacking compared to the original film, and quite forgettable, which is probably why it doesn't come up much when you're talking about Salem's Lot adaptations. The production of 2024's Salem's Lot remake was plagued by numerous challenges that nearly derailed its release. Originally slated for a theatrical debut, the film faced a string of delays largely due to the pandemic, which interrupted filming in 2021. This created significant scheduling problems and forced the production into long periods of reshoots and post-production tinkering, and was delayed several times before being pulled from the release schedule at all. Its future was definitely uncertain, with many doubting that it would ever see the light of day, a la the Batgirl movie. Thankfully, Warner Brothers decided to give it a release, but only on streaming. And I think that was a bad decision because this is like prime horror season, so it just bewilders me why they spent this money on this film. And, you know, I think it had a lot to do with behind the scenes shenanigans, and really with the editing and trying to condense the film into 2 hours. I mean, the miniseries, both miniseries are like 4 hours. So, did they make the right decision to put it on streaming instead of a theatrical run? This film adaptation of Salem's Lot, directed by Gary Doberman, it does present itself a fresh but familiar take on Stephen King's iconic vampire tale. While the film is packed with visual flair, including vibrant, atmospheric set pieces, it struggles with its pacing and character development, I believe, and this is due, like I said, to the condensed runtime of just under 2 hours. I mean, just really didn't leave a lot of room for character development. One of the film's greatest strengths is its visual design. Doberman creates an eerie, otherworldly feel through striking use of color and light, with real fog and bold orange lighting to frame night scenes in particular. The cinematography, led by Michael Burgess, enhances the sense of dread, such as the terrifying scene where two boys encounter a lurking shadow in the woods. These moments provide distinct horror flavor, with strong nods to the genre's classic roots, emphasizing the menacing presence of Kurt Barlow, a Nosferatu-like vampire played by Alexander Ward. The vampire effects are well done and very effective. The child vampires were particularly creepy as fuck, and it reminds me of the vampires in the '79 version. It took it up a notch for me. What I like most about the film, though, is its change in the ending. It made me like this film that much more. I never read the book, so I can't really compare it. So it was probably easy for me to accept that ending, but I thought it was really effective, really well done, and it just really made me like the film that much more. However, the film's compressed storyline leaves some key elements underdeveloped, while the ensemble cast, led by Lewis Pullman as Ben Mears, delivers solid performances. The short narrative rushes through character arcs and emotional beats. For instance, the depth of relationship, like Ben's romance with Susan, played by Mackenzie Lee, or the bond between the vampire hunting crew. It just really doesn't give it enough time to resonate fully with you. The tight edit also removes key subplots from the original, making the film feel a little disjointed at times. It was definitely heavily edited, and it really shows. And I think there's that problem with condensing the film into 2 hours. I mean, that's a lot of material there. Despite these drawbacks, Salem's Lot does deliver some memorable, inventive scares. The bedroom scene where the boy's floating out the window, and really well done and effective, creepy. And the climactic sequence involving a symbolic coffin twist. I think that was really well done. These moments, along with the film's moody atmosphere and the period setting, it just gives you a feel of nostalgia of these types of vampire films. In the end, while it does not quite surpass the previous adaptation, it does offer an entertaining, visually rich experience for both King fans and horror fans, vampire lovers. Even if its shortened runtime limits its emotional depth, I enjoyed it enough to watch it again. Should it have been released in theaters? I think it should have. I think it would have done moderately well, especially during the Halloween season. However, it did get a release in foreign theaters, lucky bastards. Kind of a shame I didn't get to see it in the theaters, and I probably would have paid a matinee price for it. Thanks for joining me on my review of Salem's Lot. Whether you loved it or you were left wanting more, hit that like button and let me know in the comments what worked for you. Was it worth the wait? Did it deserve a theatrical release? Don't forget to subscribe to the Movie Den for more horror dives, movie reviews, and all things movie related. Ring that notification bell to get updates on the channel. Until next time, I'm Scott. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one. Yeah.